My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. I got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. You know, so many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity, and to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing, and it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Hey, this is Miss K with Kay's Kitchen. Cooking Chicago-style fried chicken and fish with the authentic Chicago-style mild sauce. Come check us out at 5508 North 50th Street in Tampa. We're open Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 6, or you can call us at 813-368-5196. Again, that number is 813-368-5196. See you soon.
Hi, this is Dr. Veronica Walters, also known as Dr. V, the head of school at the Walters Academy for Entrepreneurship, a place that we like to call The Way, where we're educating today's youthpreneurs to be tomorrow's billionaires through social entrepreneurship. Do you have a student who's bored, frustrated, gifted, inquisitive, creative, business-minded? Then maybe you need to check The Way out. Listen, we have an educational platform that allows for individualized instruction. It's strength-based, project-based, and designed to help your student become the absolute best they can while starting their own business and being an entrepreneur. If you're looking for something different and you need to find a more excellent way, then you need to visit us at The Way. That's The Way, www.thewaetampa.org. Or you can call us at 813-603-7923. We look forward to showing your student a more excellent way at The Way.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host, guests, and callers who are responsible for their content and do not reflect the opinions of N-Touch Radio or its staff.
Yeah, this is Saturday, January 5th. It's a beautiful day in Tampa. This is Power Moves, where celebrities, athletes, key influential executives share how they make money, how they attract power, and how they earn respect.
Yeah.
That's right. So I got my partner in crime here, Carlton Fleming.
What's going on, everybody?
All right. And then we also have my man here, Lewis McLean from Views Marketing, as well as he's the man behind the scenes in terms of a lot of technology stuff. We'll also have Mr. Daniel Puder calling in today. He's here in the Tampa Bay area. He's from South Florida, but he's doing a speaking engagement. Oh, that might be him on the line right now. Let's see. You're on the line. Who's this?
How you doing, brother?
Hello, is this Dan?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right. So we've got Mr. Dan Puder. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this man's company, man. He's doing big things in a short period of time. This man is creating a school where he's totally transforming the culture and the dynamics and the mindset of how these students are really striving to always be at their best. And the name of his company is called My Life, My Power. You heard that? MyLifeMyPower.org.
That's what I'm talking
and so
about.
this man, in addition to that, you know, he was a former WWE wrestler, one of the top. He won that reality TV show, Tough Enough. You know, in Power Moves and In Touch Radio, it's reality radio where everyone is a star. So, you know, it's only appropriate to have Mr. Tough Enough, Mr. Reality Man on the show. And in addition to that, he's an undefeated MMA champion. What?
That's tough. That's tough.
So Dan, welcome to Tampa. I know you in Largo. I'm going to come see you after this show. We going to politic. But let's talk about what's on your mind, man. We're in 2019. Like I said, in 2018, we're going to end strong. 2019, we're going to finish stronger. And being that you a strong man, talk about what you talk about, baby.
Yeah, man. It's interesting because I'll just start with like being a man in America, right? We're told to suck it up, be tough, and don't cry.
That's right.
And we're taught that from a very young age about, don't be vulnerable, be a tough guy. And it's interesting how we all want to live an amazing life, have money, travel the world, have a great family, take care of our family. But at the end of the day, we're as a species, as humans in general, we're so disconnected. And so it's interesting when I was a pro fighter of how tough I was, and over this last 10 years of starting to understand my emotional intelligence. Because emotional intelligence, when we understand ourselves, when we understand how to control our emotions from past experiences, we're able to create the results of thoughts, the functionality of our system as a human. And I find that so many people are lacking that because we're never taught this in school. We're not taught this from, most of our parents didn't teach us, maybe less than 1%. So I think that's a huge topic in 2019 because we're so smart as a human race. We have so much money in America. I mean, I was just in India with the Dalai Lama, and to be able to see they have nothing. Like, these kids are born in an area, the area I was in, they're hoping to make $2 a day when they're adults, to work for hard labor 8 to 10 hours a day. And it's just insane. I spend more on my morning coffee than they make in a whole entire day. And I look at this whole process of, how do I impact and change the world? How do I really create real results? Doing what I love every day, which is to see people enjoying themselves, creating an awesome community, awesome world. And so I really, want to inspire people to be the best version of themselves and grow. Definitely males, look at your emotions, look at how you treat yourself and treat others to really create the results you have in your life.
Yeah, man. I mean, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, what created you? What event happened to you to make you jump into really tapping into that emotional intelligence? Because that's a secret sauce that a lot of people don't really, tap into. So, can you share what happened that caused you to move in that direction?
Yeah, we have more. When I was a kid, I was in juvenile hall, and we have more kids in jail. We have more kids in foster care. We have more hurt, pain, anger, like below the line ways of living than in America, at least, than we ever have. And we have more pharmaceutical drugs. 100,000, people are sex trafficked every single, year in America. The average age of a sex worker is 12 years old in America. Like what is going on in our country, And
Wow.
so it's interesting how we have more money than we've ever had and more wealth, but we just spend it on frivolous crap that really is just to make us feel good for a few minutes, and toys and whatever, it is. And it's not really adding that much value overall to our lives and our relationships. And we wonder why. I mean, look, I ask a lot of older people, are you happy? Do you regret anything? They regret so much. And they're not really happy because their kids don't even love them. They stick them in an old folks home.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting how my parents took my grandma in, how I'm going to take my parents in. How do we create, are we just going to stick them somewhere and not give a crap and hang out with them once a week? Are we actually going to care and love for them and really bond with them? So, that's how I started looking at the real world, not just my world. I'm a freaking athlete superstar. I'm top in the world in a couple different sports. And I really looked at, what do I want to leave behind? Because, am I a top athlete? Am I, have I acted in movies and modeled and all this stuff? Yeah, but who cares? It's a means to an end. It just adds value to helping me now show people what's possible with their lives and and really create something special for their family.
Dan, this Carlton, tremendous amount of respect for what you're doing, especially with emotional intelligence. And, and really as a fellow former pro athlete, I really get it in terms of that's kind of our DNA, right? I mean, that's kind of how we were raised as athletes, to be in control of our emotions. And what's really big is social emotional learning within schools. And, I got a chance to spend a number of years in education, and that's a big theme and big trend in the world of education, is trying to get kids to be more in control of their emotions and focusing on social emotional learning. So with all that being said, and what you've learned and what you've experienced in taking your sports career and what you've learned and experienced there with emotional learning, so how are you using that to kind of enter this next phase of what you're trying to do and the power moves that you're trying to make?
Yeah, so, someday, at the end of the day, the only thing that where I spend my time is in the world of education.
Yep.
Whether corporate education, corporate growth, corporate culture, educating people, and getting, we call it educing. And so to be able to create that real result within corporate culture, same thing with kindergarten through 12th grade. We started our first prep academy this year in Miami. We're launching it, or last year in 2019, we're launching 3 more in South Florida. And to be able to see what's possible on how we transform a kid at a younger age. I mean, we've been at the university market. We have a 3-credit course that reduced at a university in Florida their freshman dropout rate from 25%, which was on average, down to less than 3%.
Wow.
And so being able to create those results it's simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it's about really the stepping parts on how we're going to create a new environment for our future generations. And if we can do that, a lot of it comes down to policy. So we've sat down with a lot of policymakers and politicians and lobbyists and people, and to be able to understand, where the money starts and where it goes. It's a unique world, and so, long term, politics is great, but we do need some great political leaders in our country that really understand, not just go, oh yeah, I'm gonna read a bill, but they really spend the time to understand what the needs are of people, instead of just creating bills that get them reelected. I think that, when somebody's willing to stand up for what they believe and they're able to tell the public what they believe, they're going to get reelected because it's for the good of humanity.
Yeah. So can you share with us, when you were at your peak, and what transpired that made you decide to give back? Because a lot of times, and that's what makes it a huge power move, because for you went the non-for-profit route. You didn't go the profit route. So what made you go non-for-profit, number one, and what happened in your life that made you make that switch to give back to the community?
So, I was super blessed with amazing parents when I was younger, and we did some great missionary trips with our church and that sort of thing. But when I was 19, I did a little fun stuff with giving back. It really shifted. It was seeing how much impact I could make with my celebrity, and really understand how I could utilize my strengths, my brand, and how I could build that into a systematic change. Not just, hey, let's go talk to a bunch of kids about something, but actually let's implement systems and transform their lives and get them ready for life. Most kids aren't ready for life. Most kids are not going to be ready, even when they graduate college. They don't know. I mean, people are going out there. This is the crazy part. The last time I applied for a job was years ago. I haven't applied for a job forever. People now come to me because I build relationships. And I tell my kids, I go, you have the option of going to apply for a job, or you have the option of being offered a job.
Wow.
What would you rather?
That qualifies as a power move.
That's a power statement right there. That's not even a power move. That's a power statement, right? You know Absolutely. What? You got to be offered a job. I mean, that's a unique quality, and that's what makes. I mean, and can you share a little bit about what how you transformed that school down in Miami? Go ahead, too.
Yeah. I'll tell you one more step to that process. You have the ability to be offered a job or apply. You have the ability to apply for a job. Then you have the ability to be offered a job. The next step is, if you're really good, you are going to be offered a partnership. And so what I see, right?
That's right.
I see is that people go for a job when they really want flexibility in their life. And so a job is you have 5 key abilities on how you function, your lifestyle. You can be an employee, a manager, an owner, somebody that does contracting and consulting, or you can put deals together. And so you have the flexibility. You could be more than one of those. You could be an owner, and you could be a consultant too. You could be a manager, and you could put deals together. You could be an employee, and you could consult. There's a variety. But at the end of the day, if our kids don't understand how to do those and what's needed to be able to get that job offer, I have people that sit in front of me now, and I show them what's possible, and I don't ask them for anything. People go in and try to pitch themselves versus pitching solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when you're a problem solver, you're a solution solver, everybody's going to want you around because they know they can count on you to get things done, and you get them done to solve a problem, not just to let's put a Band-Aid on it or let's spend more money.
Absolutely.
So what I see is with our school side of it, we launched it for one main reason. That's to show the system as in the public, private, charter, school system, homeschool world of what's possible within a school where kids go, they work as a team, they work as a family, they become a family, they integrate themselves into caring for themselves and caring for others, and then from there, going out and impacting the world.
Well, hold on one sec. We getting ready to go on break, man. That was an awesome way to close out on break. But once again, this is Power Moves, where celebrities, athletes, key influential executives share how they make money, how they attract power, and how they earn respect. In Touch Radio, where reality radio, where everyone is a star. Coming back after the break.
In Touch Radio, where you can listen to a cruising flow of smooth soul and jazz, today's R&B, a fun touch of hip-hop and gospel.
All my music on one station.
Giving you a buffet of music, news, and entertainment. We're In Touch Radio.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. I got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. So many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity. And to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing. And it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Hey, Tampa Bay. Want to cruise to Cuba? Tampa to Havana. We've got the best prices. Call Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. That's Kinsey Travel, 863-274-3715. Baby, let's go.
Hey, this is Miss K with K's Kitchen, cooking Chicago-style fried chicken and fish with the authentic Chicago-style mild sauce. Come check us out at 5508 North 50th Street in Tampa. We're open Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 6, or you can call us at 813-368-5196. Again, that number is 813-368-5196. See you soon.
All right, we're back. Power Moves with my man Dan Puder on the line, and we also have with us in this second segment we have Chris from Game Drive, one of the elite folks here on the esports and gaming, and he'll tell us a little bit about his business. I want to introduce him to Dan Puder. We connect the dots over here, baby. So Dan, man, let's kind of finish up about that school and what you're doing there.
Yeah, so in the school, the foundation is emotional intelligence and physiological intelligence. So the key is all about giving them their foundation. We're not human doers, we're human beings. And so a lot of time we focus on the doing side in this world, and so we help them find their way of being, how they show up. The core essentials that provide that foundation for how they exist. And so when they show up loving, authentic, committed, those ways of being, people recognize that over time. They might not be the smartest people, but hey, I'll take somebody that shows up committed over somebody that's the smartest person that doesn't show up half the time.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, speaking of showing up, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the functionality is building a team. Because without your team in life, I mean, think about it. I ask people all the time, how many people made your life possible today? And they're like, well, my maid and my this and my that. And I'm like, think about 10,000 people that made your life possible. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the guy that fixed the road sign, the guy that fixed your electricity, the guy that fixed your plumbing, or created your plumbing, the guy that turned your lights on at the power plant this morning, the guy that, there's thousands of people that if it wasn't for that team, and that's like the farther team, obviously, rather than your closer family niche team. But if we don't have that big of a team in our world today, we're not going to function how we function. I mean, think about when you get your laptop repaired. It's not just sending your laptop off. It's the guy that takes it at Geek Squad, and then the mail guy that takes it to the mail station, and the airplane that flies it across the country. I mean, it's so many different people that add value, and I think that so many people are angry why things don't get done versus being thankful that they have these people in our lives and blessed. So I believe that building a team in your life is so impactful, and being able to be blessed for your team is awesome. So that's how I get to wake up every day. We get to teach our students that every day. Our whole entire staff goes through our Black Belt Emotional Intelligence Training curriculum, which is 4 different trainings over a year and a half, and we really push all of our staff to be the best version of themselves. And they want it. It's a growth mindset belief system rather than a lot of other organizations that don't have different habits built into the organization. So we just rock it. We smash it. We make the best people. We create the best. We find the best people and help them become the best version of themselves. And it's an amazing world that we're building right now.
Dan, before we move over and introduce you to our guests from Game Drive, I want to really shout out what you just talked about, because what you're talking about is a level of awareness that I think all of us probably need to have, and it could definitely be a game changer. And you're talking about that, a level of awareness where everyone around you, it's like an ecosystem, right? I mean, you're not just doing it yourself. There's a lot of people that we all feed off of that make us great, that make us, able to do what we can do on a daily basis, no matter what you do. And so I think what you're doing down there in Miami in the school is going to make a big, big difference and impact in these kids' lives. And if we could actually raise a generation of kids to actually think beyond themselves, be more emotionally aware of their own self as well as others, and appreciate others, I think it'll be a major, major game changer in our society.
And I think because it's the cultivation of seeds, and children are seeds, right? And the best, and I think one of the best ways to really get their attention is through kind of like video games, right? And that's why we have our buddy here, Chris from Game Drive, who's going to tell us a little bit about his business. He's going to give us a quick snapshot, but in addition to that, he has an announcement. They about to do some big things. All I got to say is Ironman.
Thank you for that. So, name's Chris Green, and my company is Game Drive LLC. What we do is we help gamers get from couch to competition. So think of our platform as LinkedIn for gamers. where we help the gamers pretty much promote themselves, saying that they're the best of the best in the games that they play. Going forward, we work with companies like Bethesda Studios. I'm trying to think of some other ones real quick. Sorry.
That's all right. That's right. Yeah, the radio will definitely put you in a shocker mode. It's all right.
Exactly. So you got to think of, besides Bethesda Studios, Blizzard, Activision, where you take their stats and portray for those gamers to say that they're the best of the best. They can say if they're looking for players that want to be on their teams, they have the information right then and there saying that I'm good at Overwatch, I'm good at Fortnite, I'm good at Rocket League, whatever games that are out there. Those gamers have a way to show that they are the best of the best to those organizations. Now, we also can drum it down and make it for the school system as well. So schools are getting to the esports ecosystem as well.
What? He said schools, Dan. Are you interested?
So schools wise, they can look for it as, let's say, go for the high schools, kids going into colleges. If they want to get into those esports colleges programs, they have a way to promote their skills just like any traditional sports. They look at those stats and then get into those programs where those schools are offering full ride scholarships or partial scholarships, and move forward. And that tractions on to go into the professional world as well.
Wait a minute. Let me take a step back. Because you talked about schools, right? And so ironically, my daughter, who's here in studio with us today.
That's right. Let's just shout out to Layla
Fleming. Shout out to Layla
Volleyball Queen, Diva.
Well, we're already talking about schools with her, scholarships, and so you just that light bulb just went off my head. So what you're saying is that these kids can actually earn scholarships to go to colleges.
Correct.
Wow.
Yep.
That's huge.
Schools are doing it right now. Most of the schools in, like, say, Ohio area or Midwest are offering either partial or full ride scholarships. So having our platform be able to show the information so that way they can get into those programs a lot easier, or be an applicant for those scholarships, speaks volumes already there.
Absolutely.
Wow. So I think what's hot about what you're talking about is who would have ever thought that you can get a scholarship for being a couch potato video gamer, right? That is bananas. Like, my nephews, man, growing up, man, they were all about that life, being on the thumbs and everything like that. So speaking of that, because a lot of times, the parents, my sister-in-law would be like, man, he don't shower. she would have to spray the area. What I mean?
That stigmatism of a gamer being a couch potato is not existing anymore. Most gamers, you look at traditional athletic people, they look just slim, they look fit, and they keep up with, I'm going to say, with their hygiene, because they want to get to that next level and get to that next girl, that hot girl. That's, so, they're working on their game for that. So they're not just couch potatoes. Couch potatoes looking fresh.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, Chris. So let's talk about this event that you guys are doing, man. I mean, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait. I want to say something, but I know I'm going to let you do that because that's your shine.
All right. So the event that we're planning is a Tampa video game Ironman challenge.
Ironman.
So this Ironman challenge is going to be 4 genres based, where you have to compete in all 4 genres to be considered the best of the best. You don't know what game you're playing. You just know you have to beat all 4 genres.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty much saying that you are the best of the best in gamers, which speaks volumes to what we are doing for Game Drive. It's saying that you are the best of the best. This is your opportunity to say that you're best of the best, with cash prize and other perks that we're going to be offering, stuff like that. Right now, it's doing the works of the location, but pretty much we're solid down for tickets are being sold on Eventbrite. You can find us on Facebook with our partners with Views, Project MQ, High Point Gamer, and also part of it that we're doing is we're working with close to close with Extra Life. So they are a charitable organization that works with children hospitals, children miracle hospitals, I should say, really. So they give all funding to break 100% to those hospitals, stuff like that. All children's down in St. Pete. With this competition going on, you also have a way to buy back in to compete if you lose, but that buy back in goes straight to the charity, go to the hospitals, stuff like that. So, let's
kind of pause on that. So to all our listeners, all our viewers here, in whether you're Tampa Bay, New York, it doesn't matter. This organization, Extra Life, is pretty powerful because if you're a father, if you're a mother, and your child is not doing so well, Children's Miracle Hospital is phenomenal. And the fact that, if you're a gamer, you definitely get upset when you lose your life. And so when you buy that extra life to kind of get back into that heat of the moment and of the game, the fact that that money goes back towards, the kids, it's going to be pretty awesome. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, we'll get you the dates and everything. So you can't announce the new partner that you just got on board? Not yet. Oh man, we dealing with
That's
legal.
exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's
New
big.
partners coming in. It's like
New partners coming in, so it's going to be big. And speaking of new partners, one of his partners, Project MQ, in 2 weeks, we have what's called the 2019 Synapse Summit. Innovation lives here. Chris Green, my man Derek, my man Lewis, Marcus Howard, the whole 9 yards.
we're all going to be there.
We're all going to be there. And so guess what? I got another announcement that I want to hit you off with. I'm not Funkmaster Flex, so I can't drop bombs. Right?
We got our own bombs.
We might have to, I'm sorry, Flex. I'm going to have to bite that. But bottom line, that Wednesday night, which is, I believe, the 23rd.
Yep.
The 23rd of January at 6:00, when everything is wrapping up with the Synapse conference, we are going to have our very own esports tournament.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be bananas.
Amalie Arena, right?
At Amalie Arena. Like, you're going to be the big screens, is the top of the top. So for all the college students, USF, Tampa, University of Tampa, Hillsborough Community College, et cetera, you need to come on down. And thank you, Andy Hafer, Mark Blumenthal, my man, Mr. Cornfield, putting it together. And of course, Marcus Howard and the rest of the crew here. This is going to be exciting. And I'm going to reach out to a couple of other folks that I want them to check this event out. But, could you elaborate a little bit more about this event?
For the Synapse?
For the Synapse, absolutely.
So the main event or just the tournament part?
The tournament part, and then we'll talk about the main event.
Yeah. All right. So the tournament is going to be, of course, after the Synapse event. And of course, we, Marcus, Derek, Lewis, and all, we all helping out with this event. Still working out some things with Synapse, but it's going to be big. All the colleges can compete and everything. So.
Hey, welcome to the call. Is this Shamello?
Yes, it is.
All right, Shamello, what's going on? So tell people a little bit about yourself and where you from and what you all about.
Well, Shamello Durant, first of all. I just want to say thank you guys for having me. But who I am and what I am, I'm an average man. That's what I consider myself. But I've been blessed to have produced numerous platinum records for artists such as Busta Rhymes, Belle Biv DeVoe, numerous artists in hip hop, ranging from Destiny's Child to executive producing Petey Pablo's album, and to most recently not only working as a production manager for television shows, but and one of which it was Comic Book Men with Kevin Smith for the last 7 years. And I recently released my memoir, which is From Ghetto to Greater, the fun authorized audio biography of Shamello Durant. Long title, but it says what I needed to say.
That's right, Shamello. And where you from, baby? Where you from?
Hempstead, New York. I'm
Hempstead.
a New Yorker all day.
Hey, Freeport in the house.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking about. Town of Hempstead. That's the town of Hempstead. You know it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Well,
and Hempstead actually happens to be the biggest town in America. People don't know that.
Oh wow! No, I didn't know that.
Actually, there's a sign, right, Shamello? Isn't there a sign?
Little tidbit from the Mellow Almanac.
All right. A little bit of trivia, man. So are you liking what you're hearing so far, man?
I think the show's awesome. I think it's informative. I love the fact that you guys are bringing this kind of information to people, because you know what, we assume as the creators, as the people in the mix, that people know exactly what we do or know exactly how it's done. Because I consider us to be, I consider myself to be, but I also consider you gentlemen to be magicians, because we create these things and they appear, but people don't know the process in which we get information to the people that subscribe to whatever products and services we offer.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that's what's up, man. What, how you think about this whole esports thing that we talking about here?
Well, the thing is, I've had records I had music in a couple of video games, and it's a medium that has exploded over the last two decades, and I know these games get more attention than the parents sometimes. So
that's right.
Yeah, there's been I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So hold that thought, Shamello, because we got to go to break real quick, and then we gonna come back at the end of the break. All right. Okay. And once again, this is Power Moves, where athletes, celebrities, key influential executives share how they make money, how they attract power, and how they earn respect. All right. See you after the break. In Touch Radio News, where everyone is a star. Reality radio, where everyone is a star. See you at the end of the break.
Smoothing out your favorite R&B flavors.
What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor.
In Touch Radio.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer? I got the man to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe we hunted down 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen or sundown 184-361-RICK. That's 184-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, push your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 184-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky, the legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and giving you the best medical treatment and recovery. Yeah. Dial 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky.
That was a major blessing.
Hello, this is Angie Fox, founder of the Ash Wednesday Cigar Club. We meet every first Wednesday of the month at a Tampa Bay area cigar lounge. $20 per person includes a featured cigar, libation, appetizers, and a door prize ticket. Check out our list of upcoming events at ashwednesdaycigarclub.com.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers in the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
All right. You know, it's funny, man. I'm doing this little 21-day fast, right? So I'm only eating once a day. And right now, I'm starving.
Rib Man.
We just heard this commercial, man, talking about ribs and all this food. I'm like,
collard greens, chicken.
Guess what? Hey, I'm as soon as I'm leaving here, I'm out.
You caught me at a vulnerable stage too, because I just got done with a diet, 30 days.
You know what I'm saying? So you got Shamello on the line once again. This is Power Moves. Shamello.
Hey, we're here,
baby. We here. So you were talking about how you have your music placed in and that was the beautiful thing about being in the music business. It's that residual income, because you put the record out one time and it blows up, Grammy Award winning songs, and then all of a sudden when you have video games such as my favorite one is from my man Strauss Zelnick, props to him, Grand Theft Auto, right? Grand Theft Auto used to play all the joints, the soundtracks. Remember that, Shamello? So
the soundtracks were amazing.
You know what I'm saying? And them checks was amazing too, weren't they?
and the checks were delicious.
Yeah. And Shamello, in this day and age, when artists are really trying to find ways to further monetize and having their stuff, the margins are thin on making this is extra, avenues that they can make money by getting involved in video games and movies and scores and a lot of opportunity out there.
And that's the beauty, and especially now, because I come from a whole different era. My first record was in 1990. Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison album. I wrote 3 songs on the Poison album. Thought It Was Me.
Love that
Let Me
album.
Know Something That Ain't Nothing Changed.
Mm-hmm.
The album exploded. I was a snot-nosed kid who was just following a dream. And Public Enemies from my neighborhood and the producers of Public Enemy of the Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we need a writer. New Edition broke up, and we need a guy to write this stuff for them. You know anybody? I was like, yeah,
that'd be me.
Yeah,
that'd be me. Yo, and speaking of the Bomb Squad, man, mad shout out to Keith Shockley. Hey, check this out, man.
Absolutely. My greatest mentor.
That's right. He just went through a little health scare, and I'm telling you, we gotta take care of our health, people. If you gotta walk 30 minutes a day, and if you start feeling any type of pain, like Keith said, so shout out to him and let him know I'm sending him love. All right, Shamello. But
absolutely.
But like you said, man, he helped mentor you and put you on, and that's what it's all about, man. And that's what this show is all about, is kind of reaching out and teaching out, right? So go ahead, bro.
Absolutely, and I learned so much. It's funny because I was going to allude to the Bomb Squad and their tutelage. Because they gave me a couple of principles. Like I said, I was just a little kid who did a lot of demos and had a work ethic that they had never seen. And it's not even like they were in love with my material, but my work ethic it definitely exceeded probably the level of my material. And eventually, throughout the years, kind of caught up with each other. But Keith and Hank Shockley and Eric Sadler and Paul Shabazz and the rest of the Bomb Squad, Chuck D, these guys, they told me, they said, listen, we're going to pull you up, but you got to reach back and you got to pull somebody else up. But when you pull them up, make sure you tell them to pull somebody up.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, you may need them to pull you up again. So
that's right.
I've lived my life by that principle, and it translates into not only my music and my business efforts, but also in my humanitarian efforts. Just recently, we went back to Hempstead from the advice that I heard Roxanne Shante say online. She was like, a lot of these people get successful from these inner cities and from these communities. They leave, they move to the suburbs and the gated community, and they're happy and plush, and forget that the brothers are still back here in the hood.
That's right.
Right.
So when I heard that, immediately I checked on my hood. I went to go see the mayor of my hood. And I said, bro, what you need? What can I do? I probably said it just like that, too.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Shamello, Shamello, real quick, one thing that we were talking about earlier with the earlier guest was about, just having awareness, right? And that emotional intelligence. And it's kind of similar to what you're talking about now. And so, obviously we have a whole younger generation of artists out there now, right? And so might not think the same way. I'm sure there are a few out there that do. But what could you, if you had a chance to really speak to a lot of the young artists now that have a lot of fans' ears and influence? What would be your message to younger artists now in terms of giving back and kind of following your lead and what you're doing out in the community?
Somebody said this to me the other day, and they said that what I do today is to protect my future self. So that's what I would try to convey to these artists, that, listen, Tekashi 6ix9ine is killing them on the radio and everything. He's killing himself, personally, but as far as his sound, his music, this generation has embraced it. But he's got to be prepared to speak to Tekashi 6ix9ine when Tekashi 6ix9ine turns 69.
Exactly.
Wow, that's dropping.
What is that gonna mean? What have you done, and who have you become, and what kind of foundation have you set for yourself to preserve your reputation, your integrity, and the bottom line, and this goes across the board. It was before me, it was during me, and it's going to be after me. Integrity is the key and the building block, making sure that this stuff becomes sustainable.
Right.
Yes, people make a lot of money and they do these quick one-offs and get rich quick, but integrity keeps it.
That's right. That's key right there. Integrity keeps it. Well, speaking of integrity, I want you to talk a little bit about your one-man show. We gotta definitely bring you down to Tampa. Maybe you could come down here for the Synapse conference. January 23rd and 24th with a lot of technology that's on and popping here. And what we have today is it's a new feature that we're going to be throwing on to Powermoves, which is my man Lewis McLean from Views Marketing. Shamello, you're going to have to definitely build with my man right here because he's doing some unique stuff and he's going to talk about it. In addition to that, he's also he reviews movies. And being that, you know, we do our show on Saturdays, don't go on a Friday night. Wait until you hear our show, and then spend your then we're gonna tell you if you should spend your money or not.
We're gonna tell you the real.
You know what I'm saying? Now this won't be no 125th Street bootleg type joint.
Was that a Living Color back in the day? Something like that. The movie review.
But welcome to the show, my man Lewis McLean from Views Marketing, baby.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. So basically, I've been doing movie reviews for some years. I'm a huge movie aficionado. I have projectors. I've been doing this stuff all forever. So I just kind of wanted to give my insight into it. And everybody knows the big movie right now is Aquaman, but a lot of people saw it through Christmas, and now they're thinking, hey, you know, when can I take the family back to the movies? The movie that came out this week is actually The Escape Room. And The Escape Room is looking like it's actually going to do pretty good. Aquaman's probably still going to take the weekend, but it looks like it's actually going to do pretty good. But that movie, it actually surprised me. It was a pretty good movie. It had a lot of different chills, and they did some really innovative things with the different rooms. It has a actress by the name of Taylor Russell.
Okay.
She's a mixed actress. And she's moving forward, actually being able to do some different things. She was on.
So you say she's mixed like Meghan Markle mix?
Yeah, like Meghan Markle mix, exactly.
I'm just saying. You said mix. I'm like, what? Was he mixed martial arts?
She a little darker than that. But she actually was recently on Netflix's Lost in Space.
Okay,
so now she's doing this. Also has Deborah Ann Woll, which is from Netflix's Daredevil.
Okay,
so she played the secretary in that. So both of them are inside the movie. They play some interesting things, but they get in these situations. They throw them in the room. And when they throw in the room, they have to find a way out. And the nice thing about it is that, you know, they find innovative ways, and her brilliance gets them through. So I definitely go out and support her, and I think it's a good movie, guys.
Keep you on edge of your seat.
So we got the thumbs up on The Escape Room. So if you from the hood, it's all right. It's a good date movie. All right. So we going to break, and then we going to close it out with Shamello, my man Lewis McLean. Our final thoughts. Once again, Powermoves, where athletes, celebrities, key influential executives share how they make money, how they attract power, how they earn respect. Hey, once again, party people, this is In Touch Radio, reality radio where everyone is a star.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. Got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. You know, so many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity. And to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing. And it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Hey, this is Miss K with K's Kitchen, cooking Chicago-style fried chicken and fish with the authentic Chicago-style mild sauce. Come check us out at 5508 North 50th Street in Tampa. We're open Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 6, or you can call us at 813-368-5196. Again, that number is 813-368-5196. See you soon.
All right, so we back. So I got on the line my man Shamello Durant over in Hempstead, producer extraordinaire, baby.
Strong Island. Shout out.
Strong Island. So Shamello, man, share with folks, a little bit about what you're doing, that one man show and stuff like that.
I know we got a short time, so I'll break this down. My book, Ghetto the Greater, I converted it to a one-man play. My book is written totally in the form of poetry. It's based in hip-hop. It's written with soul, heart, and it can make you laugh, cry. I tell real serious anecdotes about my life, and I do it in spoken words. And for instance, even today, I'm just going to give you a brief day in my particular life. In the morning, I wake up, I take up time, I make up rhymes, I shake up Maxwell coffee grinds, I bake up breakfast. Check this. I go to my dresser, I get dressed, I put on my necklace, and sometimes since I'm reckless, I load up my weapon, my mind, and I start stepping to exits, the exits, time to practice. Down at my studio, but first thing rehearsing verses, that's the duty though. Then behind stages, I may just look through pages and books of lyrics I wrote. Damn, I asked myself, which one will I quote? I might switch up a note or turn the pitch up, even flip the switch up. Then I say, take a picture, and I tell the girls, let me dance with you, let me get your number, and you never wonder why I picked you, because chick, you look good. Understood?
That's right.
And that's how we...
all you young up-and-coming wannabe art, that's real hip-hop.
Oh, don't go there, son.
I tell my girls that all the time.
Don't go there, son. So you know what? So Lewis,
that's a glimpse into what the one-man show consists of. Of course, we add the bells and whistles and the magic,
sure.
But that's the essence of how I present what I have to say and the thoughts that I share. And that's actually the same form that the book is written in. So it's written so that you can understand it in regular prose, but it just so happens that everything rhymes with each other. But it's a real story. It's a real story that you can follow, and I take you on a chronicle and a journey, because I don't want people to think that this lifestyle, which looks so exciting when you see me on Facebook with all these celebrities and having a good time,
right,
that it's so exciting, because to get there, to be there, to stay there, you have to sometimes crawl through the mud. And I did not want to sugarcoat the fact that, yeah, I've fallen on my face numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not a boss because you sit on the top level. You're a boss because when you have fallen, you're able to get back up and keep going and get right back to that same top level.
Absolutely.
And I have fallen numerous times, and I have learned numerous lessons. And my partner, Puder, his biggest cliche is that it is great to learn from your own mistakes, but it is so much better to learn from someone else's.
That's right. That's right.
Amen to that.
And you know what's great about what you're talking about, Shamello, is that you've evolved. You've evolved from being an artist yourself, as a hip hop artist, which is not easy. It's tough. And then you went to become a producer, and then you place songs on soundtracks and movies, and then now you've created your own book. So now you're an author. You're a leader. You are the people that we used to say, like, back in the days when we were younger, the OGs.
Mm-hmm. And
now, we're bringing in the young buck, like my man here, Lewis from Views Marketing, in which, now by bringing him in and we partnering, so Lewis, you've heard a little bit about Shamello's story. How can he leverage what Views Marketing does, and what is Views Marketing?
Well, let me tell you. So Views Marketing, what we do is we do advertising and tracking inside of virtual reality and extended realities, augmented realities, any of those. So when they're using those type of things, we're paying attention to what's happening. We're paying attention to what they look at, and then we allow us to give advertisements by the demographic, by the who it is, by where it is. We allow them basically to put all that stuff back. The nice thing about that is that we could target, when you're going to do a show like that, we can target that area in advance and have it be able to show that he's coming, and you might be interested in this. You like hip hop and you're playing this video game, but look, this is a hip hop related show that you might want to go out and see.
Wow.
So how you like that, Shamello?
Wow. You want to talk about personalized?
I'm sitting here. I'm writing as he speaks. I'm taking notes. I love it.
It's deep. It's deep. I had a great conversation with Lewis and stuff where he was talking about how the cameras can watch your eyes and how long you've been looking at a certain ad and automatically trigger that into an ad, right?
Absolutely. So when we actually have the technology built into the platform, it will pay attention to what you look at. If there's a McDonald's menu there, it can tell you've looked at the cheeseburger or the chicken nuggets, and then put that information.
Wow.
And then next time, I only show you chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be looking.
But Joel,
at the
they're showing him cheeseburgers still.
That's right. So it's rather deep and stuff. So that's why it's so important. That was the main premise of creating Power Moves. Is so I want to make sure I connect the dots with the tech, with the hip hop, with the athletes, the whole 9 yards. Because now when you become an ecosystem, and then you couple that with the emotional intelligence that Dan Puder was talking about, now you can really make impact.
Yep.
Some huge impact. And and just to let you guys know, Power Moves is presented and sponsored by Oxygen, by my man Jawan Howard of the Fab Five, assistant coach of the Miami Heat, that's helping individuals set up pain-free and diabetic-free lifestyle parties. We have some parties going on this weekend. I'll probably tap into it before we end this show. But and once again, Synapse conference on January 23rd and 24th, in which we will be having our own feature esports tournament that's going to be off the chain. College students definitely come attend. Tickets are $20. But if you decide that you want to be involved in Synapse, which is our ecosystem, our technology ecosystem, for $2.99, you get unlimited networking opportunities with leading industry professionals, all access. Connect with over 5,000 attendees, explore the latest in virtual reality, health tech, robotics, and more from Florida's top innovators. Engage with 300 exhibitors. You're going to learn about all the new technologies, investment opportunities, and business growth that's going to happen from over 300 speakers. I'm talking about venture capitalists, investors. So that's why I'm saying, if you about this music, because right now, to be honest with you, in my personal opinion, hip hop music music in general has not connected within technology. And if you want to figure out how you can really get in, just like I said earlier about that cold Grand Theft Auto, this is the place to do it. Because imagine this, Shamello, your one-man show, if we were able to also record that VR wise, and then you could do those ads that Views Marketing is coming to your. So the thing about technology is you got to think of technology like real estate. So when you own your technology, now you can say, okay, Views Marketing, you sell it, but you got to buy from me because people are coming to my content.
Absolutely.
My land. And then now you double dip.
That's sponsorships right there.
And with exclusive partnerships like that, we give up to 50% back for everything that comes in. We do all the work.
You listening to this, Shamello?
You heard that?
Yes, I am.
Connecting the dots, baby.
Connecting the dots. That's what Power Moves is all about, man. So spread the word. This is what we do, baby. Any final thoughts?
My career was based on partnership. Based on good strategic partnerships.
That's what it's all about. Anything you want to say, man? We got a couple minutes.
Well, first off, I want to thank all the two calling guests that we had, Dan and Shamello. Loved you being on the show. And big up to Long Island, Strong Island again.
Strong Island, baby, Strong Island.
Just an amazing show. And like you said, we're all about connecting dots. And so between the emotional intelligence through VR, through reaching out to the kids, through people like Shamello and his spoken word show, and trying to give back and educate. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when you can turn your God-given talents, what's been given to you and only you, and you can kind of share that and multiply that. But then when you start connecting, and like you said, Shamello, focusing on partnerships, that's when the magic really happens, right?
Absolutely.
That's when magic really happens. So, what we'll do, Carlton, is because you got that master's in education, I got to big you up. This guy got 2 master's degree. He got a regular MBA and he got a master's in education. So when it comes down to, introducing gaming, and there's some things that these guys from Lewis to Chris and Marcus Howard, that whole crew that's doing something at the Synapse conference, once again, they're getting ready to do some stuff in Hillsborough County school systems as well. So I'm telling you, man, things are booming here in Tampa Bay. Booming. So with that being said, thank you for calling in, Shamello, my man. Grammy Award winner.
It's a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
And I wish you guys the greatest of luck. And I need to speak to Huge Marketing ASAP.
Absolutely. And Shamello, we need to get you down here in Tampa. We need to get that show down here in Tampa.
We're gonna get that show down here in Tampa as well. All right. So once again, this is Power Moves, where athletes, celebrities, executives share how they make money, how they attract power, and how they earn respect. We'll be back here next week, Saturday, doing it again, baby.
All right, people.
Touch Radio, the most loved station across the nation. In Touch Radio. Tell a friend. In Touch Radio.